there, I'm Christina Johnson, health coach and owner of Christina Johnson Wellness, and today I want to share with you a quick and easy healthy breakfast recipe that uses hemp seeds. I know that for a lot of people, my clients and other people I talk to, that when you are switching to a healthier way of eating, whether you're just reducing processed foods or trying more of a clean eating approach or cutting back sugar, one of the most challenging meals of the day can be breakfast, because most American breakfasts are filled with carbs and sugar and processed foods. I mean, think about the cereals and the bagels and the English muffins and toasts and everything that we typically eat. So anytime I come across a good, healthy breakfast option, I want to share it because I know that that's something that's helpful to a lot of people. So today it is an overnight hemp oatmeal recipe. So I'm curious, how many of you have used hemp seeds before? Put either a yes or no in the comments. I know that it's something that's gaining a little bit of popularity lately, but a lot of people still seem a little bit unsure of what hemp seeds are or what to do with them. So let me know, yes or no, if you've used them before. And if you have, let me know, how did you use them? What did you put them in, or how did you prepare them? I'd be curious to hear that. So I'm going to go ahead and share this recipe with you. The hemp seeds, I know this will be backwards, but the hemp seeds that I use are these here. I found them at Trader Joe's, but honestly, they're pretty easy to find anymore. I've used the brand, I think it's Navita's, their brand I've used before. I've even seen them at Walmart just a couple weeks ago. They had a big container of hemp seeds. So it's pretty easy to find them anymore. And what I love about hemp seeds, they're a plant-based source of protein. So one serving of hemp, which is usually like 2 tablespoons, will have about 10 grams of protein. So that's a pretty good amount. I mean, that's the same as 2 or so eggs. So it's a good amount of protein. They also are a good source of fatty acids, omega-3s and omega-6s. They have a really good balance of that, which omega-3s are great for heart health and reducing inflammation. So overall, hemp seeds they have a lot of good healthy nutrients and properties to them. And so they're a nice thing to just add into what you eat on a regular basis here and there. So some people, when they're using hemp seeds, will just sprinkle them on things. So, if I'm having like some kind of lettuce salad, sometimes I'll just sprinkle some hemp seeds on it. I've made different, salmon or tuna salad kind of recipes and just added some hemp seeds and sunflower seeds to that. They don't have a strong flavor, but they're earthy, kind of nutty flavored. A lot of people like the flavor. It definitely is a more earthy flavor. But you can also add them to smoothies or different things like that. So there's lots of ways to use hemp seeds. And the way that I want to show you today is in overnight oats. So hemp will replace the oatmeal in this oat recipe that I have for you. So if you would love to have this recipe written down, because I know that's easier for a lot of people, I will be sending it out to everyone who's on my email list later today. So I'll have the whole recipe written out for you, but I still want to demonstrate it just to show you how quick and easy it actually is to do. If you are on my email list, look for that email later today so that you can get the recipe. If you are not already receiving emails from me, then you should, because then I can send you this hemp oats recipe, plus I send out other tips and all kinds of good health information on a regular basis. So if you would like me to email this recipe to you, just let me know in the comments or send me a private message with your email address, and I'll be sure to get it emailed out to you as well, because I know it is easier to follow a recipe when you have it actually written down. So here is the hemp oat recipe that I'm using. I am just mixing it together in a Pyrex bowl. A mason jar would work, just something that you can have a lid on and put in the fridge, because we are doing this overnight. So I start with 2/3 of a cup of some kind of non-dairy milk. I personally prefer coconut milk, but you could use almond milk or anything like that. So that's the first thing. And then you want 1/2 cup of hemp seeds. So I'm just gonna dump the hemp seeds in there. And like I said, I just got some at Trader Joe's. You can get them from anywhere. And then I also add 1 tablespoon of chia seeds. And chia seeds kind of will make the texture a little more gelatinous, which is kind of nice. And you can just stir that together. The version I'm making today is a chocolate version, but you could just keep this as your base, maybe add some vanilla and cinnamon and have more of a vanilla flavored hemp oatmeal. But like I said, I'm going to do a chocolate version for you today. So I like to use just plain raw cacao powder, and I'll put about 2 tablespoons of this in my bowl. And then I will add a tablespoon of, this is sunflower seed butter that my husband makes for us, or you could add some kind of almond butter or cashew butter, really any kind of nut or seed butter would work. And you just need about 1 tablespoon. This is obviously not an exact science. And then for just some little extra flavoring, I like to add, just a dash of cinnamon. I don't measure it out, I just sprinkle some in there. And then I would say probably about half a teaspoon of vanilla. If you're not using the cocoa powder, if you're doing more of a vanilla flavor, you might want to double that and do about a teaspoon. But I'm going to add half a teaspoon of vanilla. You can also add a pinch of salt, which I forgot to grab, so but you should just add a little bit of salt. It doesn't need to be much. And then just stir it together. So this really did just take a couple minutes to throw together. And if you noticed, there is no sweetener in this. And so you have a couple options. It will be a little bit bitter right now, so if you're used to things being sweet, you could add a little stevia, maybe a couple drops of that. I also like to use monk fruit. It's a good sweetener option. It doesn't affect your blood sugar levels as much as traditional sugar would. So you could add in just a sprinkle of that or a little bit of stevia if you want it a little sweeter. And then once you have it all stirred together, all you need to do is put a lid on it and then stick it in the fridge overnight, and it will be ready to go in the morning. So the amounts that I gave you right now, that will make about 2 servings, and it will keep in the fridge for a couple days. So you could just make it tonight and have it for the next couple days for breakfast. And it's looking pretty good and stirred up now. The other thing is, so in the morning, you can add different toppings to it. So because I don't typically add sweetener to it, I like to add a little bit of fruit for natural sweetness. My favorite is some frozen cherries. So I'll just let the cherries sit out for a couple minutes to start thawing, but I kind of like them when they're still a little frozen. So I'll take a handful of frozen cherries and just mix it in with the hemp oatmeal in the morning and eat it that way. Strawberries work well. You could also do some slivered almonds, some unsweetened coconut flakes, cacao nibs, anything like that would be good toppings as well. I've also seen some recipes where people will leave out the cocoa powder and add pumpkin and some pumpkin pie spices. You can make more of a pumpkin version. So there's all kinds of variations, but like I said, it's really quick and easy to make. Hemp has got some good protein. You're getting some good fats with the coconut and the nut butter, and so it's a good healthy breakfast that will keep you full for a while, and it's just ready to go in the morning, which is what we all want. So I'm curious what you think of this recipe. If it's something that you're willing to try or not, let me know in the comments, or if there's any variations you would make on it. And then remember, if you are on my email list, I will email out this recipe to you later today. If you are not on my list, but you would like to get the recipe, just let me know in the comments or send me a private message with your email address, and I'll be sure to send that to you as well. And in the meanwhile, if you found this recipe helpful and this information about hemp seeds helpful, will you share the video so that other people can see it as well? And if you have any questions or comments, put them in the comments below, and I'd be happy to answer them once we get done. If you're watching this on Facebook, make sure you like my page so that you can see future videos and recipes that I do. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can subscribe to the channel there so you're notified when there's a new video. So thanks so much for watching. I hope that you enjoy this recipe, and I'd love to hear what you think once you make it. I will talk to you later. Bye.